Did you know that in 2023, nearly half of Americans didn't read a book? Was one of those people you? Reading slumps are a phenomenon that can affect anyone, even an English professor like myself. Despite a deep love for literature, I sometimes look at my bookshelf with indifference, unable to muster the enthusiasm to pick a book up, much less to turn a page. I remember when I was in the middle of a months-long reading slump, which was frustrating. I had a stack of books waiting to be read, but I couldn't start. It was like my love for reading had disappeared, but I found a way to overcome it, and I'm here to share those strategies with you. A reading slump is a temporary loss of interest or motivation in reading, and it's characterized by the difficulty of engaging with books that one previously found enjoyable. And this may be fine for the occasional reader, but this challenge is also common among dedicated bibliophiles. Some common symptoms of a reading slump include difficulty concentrating on a book, feeling bored or uninterested while reading, or feeling like reading is a chore rather than a pleasure. What causes this sudden disinterest? Now, research suggests that psychological fatigue and stress play significant roles by diminishing our cognitive resources, essentially the mental energy we need to think, learn, and remember. Moreover, being overwhelmed with personal or professional responsibilities often leads to declining leisure reading activities, making it harder to engage with books as we once did. Now, the psychological underpinnings or the basic principles of reading slumps are rooted in how they impact our motivation and mood. Engaging in reading requires cognitive effort, which can be compromised when we are mentally exhausted or stressed. Researcher Tasha Golden explains this. Reflecting on my own experiences, I've noticed that my reading habits often wane when I'm overwhelmed with work or personal issues, mirroring the broader psychological impacts discussed in studies. And over the years, however, I've used the following 3 research-backed tips to get out of a reading slump. Set small, achievable reading goals. Setting small, achievable goals is a well-recognized psychological strategy called chunking. This approach breaks down large tasks into manageable, less intimidating pieces. And I've gradually rebuilt my momentum and sense of accomplishment by applying this method to beating a reading slump. For instance, rather than setting a goal to read a book a week, I've aimed for a chapter a day. But I've heard of others starting with a single daily page. Regardless of the size of the chunk, this method helps avoid overwhelming feelings and promotes a positive and rewarding reading experience. The key is to start small and build up from there. And additionally, research indicates that setting specific goals enhances motivation and activity engagement. According to Locke and Latham's goal-setting theory, clear and challenging goals that are specific and short-term are most effective in enhancing performance in various settings. And this can also apply to reading. Another step is to optimize the reading environment. Monroe Frostrow emphasizes creating a conducive reading environment to minimize distractions and enhance focus. And this can involve physical adjustments such as improving lighting, reducing noise, or ensuring comfortable seating, significantly influencing one's ability to concentrate and enjoy reading. And since I've dedicated a room to reading with a recliner, fuzzy blankets, and a positional lamp, my woman cave, I read far more for pleasure. And my child likes to read with me there too. She has her own kid-sized comfy chair. And beyond my anecdotal evidence, psychological research supports that environmental cues can significantly affect mood and productivity. The ambiance of a reading space can either invite relaxation and focus or deter it. For example, clutter has been shown to increase cognitive overload and diminish one's capacity to focus, as highlighted by McMains and Kastner in their study on attention and environmental influence. And this study found that a clean and organized environment can improve focus and productivity, which can be beneficial when trying to overcome a reading slump. The third tip I'm going to give you today: integrate technology wisely. Integrating technology wisely is a part of optimizing that reading environment. Tools such as e-readers and apps can enhance the reading experience by providing customizable font sizes, backlit screens for night reading, and easy access to a vast library of books. While it took me a while to accept some of the advantages of digital over print books, I know I'm tempted to check emails and other tasks when I use my laptop to read. So it's also important to set boundaries with technology to avoid multitasking, which can reduce comprehension and retention of what is read. So, with the simple steps of setting reading goals, creating a conducive environment, and using technology wisely, I've effectively overcome reading slumps. The research suggests that these strategies can work for you, too. And they help regain reading momentum and enhance overall engagement and pleasure in the activity, turning what might once have felt like a chore into an enriching experience. So, don't lose hope. You can rekindle your reading habits. And if you found this video helpful, you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps so much, and you might enjoy this video next.